And connects you to the newsmakers.
City News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon to you and welcome to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in at Dabraka, Accra. The news is also live on all our partner stations across the country and around the world. We are live on citinewsroom.com. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa and this afternoon I'm here with
Enu Safo.
Coming up, Electoral Commission reschedules elections in some electoral areas in the Ashanti and Eastern regions due to technical challenges. Meanwhile, low turnout characterizes the nationwide exercise with barely 5 hours to close of polls.
The residents are not seeing a perfect work they are doing, so they don't want to come and vote or not. Or maybe, probably by the close of the day, they will come, or some may go to work and other places.
Also coming up, Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference calls on the general public to disregard news report and social media posts suggesting the church's approval of same-sex marriage.
In the Catholic Church, people meet their priest and they ask for blessings, which is another word for prayer, for anything. Sometimes they may tell you the sort of things they want their blessing for or the prayer.
Still ahead, spokesperson for the New Force political movement, Shalima Abiosi, rearrested after a charge of obtaining a student permit with false declaration against her was withdrawn.
We have filed an action in the Human Rights Court against them for all other processes they may want to take for purposes of either trying to remove her from the country or not. I'm hoping that by the close of the day or by afternoon, they will all be served with those actions.
And later, we'll bring you a report on the booming tricycle business, popularly known as Pragia, at Domi in the Greater Accra region.
I was not working at day house, nothing. So I can say because of the Pragia, I have where to sleep and I save money. If not because of the Pragia, now I don't know where I am now.
All that and more on Citi Prime News, which is live across the 16 regions of the country. In the Western region, we are live on Premier FM 100.5 in Takoradi and Beach FM 105.5 also in Takoradi. Bono region, this is Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyain. Ashanti region, Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. Volta region, Akpini Radio 96.7 in Kando. Heritage FM 107.3 in Hohoi. Northern region, Dasuma FM 99.1 in Yendi. Upper East, Word FM 88.3 in Zuarungu. Upper West, we are live on West Link 88.1 in Laura. And in the Northeast region, we are live on Eagle FM 94.1 in Wale Wale.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you very much for staying with us. Now, the Electoral Commission has rescheduled the elections for the ongoing District Assembly elections in some areas in the Ashanti and Eastern regions. The EC explains this is due to some technical challenges. In a statement issued by the Electoral Commission apologizing to the affected electorate, it says the elections are slated for Thursday, December 21, 2023. Meanwhile, some voters at the SNAP Secretariat School Polling Center opposite Citi FM were compelled to abandon the voting process following the non-functioning of the BVD machine. The situation delayed the process for over an hour, forcing some voters to leave. Citi News' Caleb Kuda engaged some of the voters.
How long have you been waiting?
For 1 hour.
1 hour. It's 8:37 now. And what are they saying? What's the problem?
The machine is not working.
The machine is not functioning. So how is it affecting you?
We have called people to come and vote for us. People are here.
Oh, are you an aspirant?
Yeah.
What are you contesting for?
No, I'm not contesting. I'm just. I'm working for a guy.
One of the candidates. Okay.
Yeah.
So you brought people to come and vote for your candidate.
Yeah.
But then they say the machine is not working.
It's not working. Yeah.
So how does that worry you?
Because I've called the people to come and vote. They will go to work, and it's like when they come, some people have gone already.
Some people have left because it wasn't working.
Yeah, it's not working.
How many people would you say have left already?
Like 4 or 5.
How many people are here now? Less than 20.
Yeah.
It's 8:37 now. Say, how long have you been here? Good morning.
Oh, about, let's say, 15 minutes.
You've been here for 15 minutes. So have you been told why you've not voted yet?
Yes, because the machine is not operating.
Okay. So are you okay with that?
No, okay, I'm just waiting.
So how long can you wait?
I can't tell.
So if the machine is not changed in the next hour, would you still be in the queue?
No, if it happens like that, I have to go back. Then I think it will end 5 o'clock, isn't it? So I'm around.
So you come back. You are around, obviously. Yeah, but for those of you who have to go to work and all, are you able to go and come?
I'm not sure because I've been here for some time now and I'm not seeing any changes.
I mean, I see you are not happy.
We're happy.
We're happy. Maba.
Jake, you need BP film. Jake can ba fear kente. In like a suma mankadana agency.
She says she's not happy because she's been here for some time. She has a lot to do, but she's not been able to vote yet. So, what do you want to be done? What should they do?
It's an FA fast.
Yeah, it's an FA fast, meaning they should be fast. Okay. So, the voters in queue say about 5 people have left because the BVD machine is not working. Some of them say they will not be able to wait any longer because they have other pressing calls to attend to. And so in a few minutes, if it's not resolved, they will be leaving. But I can see the presiding officer making some calls frantically to ensure that the machine is replaced quickly so they can start the process. This is just in front of Citi FM. For Citi News, I am Caleb Good.
Well, Citi News can, however, report that the voting process took off after 9 a.m. at the SNAP Secretariat School here in Adabraka. Let's now go to the Eastern region. Now, that is one of the regions where in some electoral areas, voting has been rescheduled to Thursday, December 21. Our correspondent in that region is Neoni Amate Kanako, and he joins us live via telephone. Good afternoon to you, Neil. Thank you for your time. Now, the Eastern region is one of the regions where in some electoral areas, the EC have had to reschedule the elections. What exactly are the concerns in these areas where the EC will have to postpone the elections to Thursday?
Thank you very much, Hawa. Now, as we speak now, I'm currently at the Electoral Commission regional office here in Koparedia, where some of the electoral materials are still here. So that has contributed to the delay in the start in some of the areas. Now, out of the 23 districts we have in the Eastern region, the process is ongoing in only 13. The 13 are Shujaman, that is Yilo Krobo, Okre, Piafim South, and Sawan Madreji. In Suhum, West Akem, Upper West Akem, Kabuakwa North, Etiwa East, Peru South, Afam Plains North and South, because the majority of the areas, that is the remaining 20 districts, did not receive their electoral materials on time. So before I got here, the CTU, that is counter-terrorism unit of the Ghana Police Service, brought some electoral materials into this particular yard. And currently, the electoral officers are busy here trying to sort these electoral materials out so that the district officers who are currently here waiting for them get to them and then send them back to their various areas. So the Peru West, that is in Koko, electoral officer just left this place after they went through the sorting and then they got his electoral item. Now the Brim North electoral officer also left some 5 minutes ago with her electoral materials. But as we speak now, majority of the areas that did not take part in the voting, that is the 20 districts that did not take part in the voting, have the electoral materials being sorted out here at the regional office of the electoral.
Do we know the reasons for the delay in the distribution of the election materials to your region, for which this 20 districts would have to wait until Thursday to have their elections?
So even though the electoral officers are quite tight-lipped on this particular issue, sources around indicated that the electoral materials are very late last night. Some even came in just this morning, and they are delayed to sort them out and then dispatch them to the various electoral areas. So those that were able to be worked on time received their materials very early in this morning. That the 13 areas received their materials very early in this morning, and their ability to go on with the process. But the remaining 20 still have their items being sorted out by electoral officers who are working tirelessly to ensure that they go through with that process. And the rescheduling of the election in the 20 this Thursday, 21st.
Neil, can you please reposition yourself? We are getting a bad feedback here.
Okay. So I indicated that the 20 districts that have been rescheduled to have their elections on 21st December still have their electoral items being sorted out here. Now, the electoral officers are currently working tirelessly to ensure that we finish the sorting so that these electoral officers who have left their districts to the regional office for the items get to them on time and take them to their designated areas for the election to come on. That is on 21st of December on Thursday.
Very well. Generally, you have been monitoring the elections. How are the 13 centers or the districts who are voting today? How has the elections been so far with 6 hours into the elections?
Yes. So because of the late arrival of the materials to those areas, instead of the process being starting on at exactly 7 a.m., it's late. Some areas have to start at 8. Others also have to start at 9 because of the late arrival of these items. Now, some groups are also questioning the election commission with regards to their preparation towards the general elections in 2024. They are indicating that casting images are casting their shadows now, indicating that the late arrival of these items, if care is not taken and it goes into the 2024 general elections, it could plunge the country into chaos. Now, the NDC have issued a statement condemning today's activity, indicating that the Electoral Commission has really delayed with a general election of this sort and are calling on them to sit down and analyze and strategize so that they don't take this particular attitude into the 2024 general election.
Grateful for your time. That was our Eastern Regional Correspondent, Neoni Amate Kanako. Let's now go to the Ashanti region, one of the regions where some districts would also have to wait until Thursday to have their elections. Hafiz Tijani is one of our correspondents in the region and he joins us live on the telephone. Good afternoon to you, Hafiz. Thank you for your time. What exactly are the concerns different in the Ashanti region? Eastern region, we understand some of the electoral materials arrived this morning. What is the current situation in the Ashanti region and how many districts are we looking at voting on Thursday?
So you talk of the Kwadaso municipality, we are talking about 6 electoral areas. You go to the Echuma Obieja South, we are talking about 6 electoral areas. So partly the concerns are that the ballot papers for the unit committee election or unit committee contestants did not come at some of these centers. So the Electoral Commission says that they are yet to bring or ready these papers for the various electoral areas. So the elections have been put on hold. You come to the Kumasi Metro, you have the Asafo electoral area. So for the Asafo electoral area, the concern was that the positions for the contestants were interchanged. So the incumbent who campaigned on a number 1 slot is now seeing his name or his picture and the name on the ballot papers that were brought in this morning on the number 2 slot. So the Electoral Commission had to cancel that exercise too. He expressed some concerns about the campaign he has done, urging people to vote for him on the number 1 slot, but only to find out that his name and the picture was on the number 2 slot. So the election couldn't come off at that electoral area too. So you go to the Inshaesu electoral area, the election has also been called off within the Kumasi metropolis. You go to the Sokoban electoral area, the election has also been called off. And you go to the Apraman electoral area too, the election has been called off. So far, these are the electoral areas we have, but we are waiting for an official announcement from the Electoral Commission on the number of affected areas later today. We have contacted the Electoral Commission, but they said that they are also doing their monitoring to get the exact figures and even announce officially when the election will be taken on at these centers which have been affected.
Very well. How are the electorate in these centers reacting to this particular news of them having to wait until Thursday to vote for the assembly member?
So for many, they have left their workplaces to come and queue this morning. They wanted to vote before going to their various business centers, but it was disappointment for them. And some are also saying that these are some of the reasons why the district level election continues to record low turnout because of these developments. And others were also saying that should this had been the national election, there would have been some form of misunderstanding between parties who are contesting in this election. So they would want the Electoral Commission to ensure that some of these things do not repeat. And they were not happy about leaving their workplaces only to go to the centers to queue. Even the elderly were told queue at some of the centers, but they were told that they have to go back and come on an announced date for the election to take place. So many express frustration. And for other areas where voting is ongoing, we are still seeing low turnout in these areas. People are not showing that interest to vote. You just see few people not queuing. The electoral area I am now is the Akosiala electoral area, and I am at one of the polling centers. You just see people coming in, not in queues, but they just come in, vote, and leave the place. Only the agents and the electoral officers are here. So that is the situation here in the Ashanti region. And I have also seen some assembly members taking the challenge upon themselves to provide breakfast for people who were coming early at some of the areas to vote.
Thank you very much for that update. Hafiz Tijani is our man in the Ashanti region. Let's now take a listen to the incumbent assembly member for the Asafo electoral area, Ernest Okai, expressing his disappointment over the development.
It's quite unfortunate that although we planned very well, we did our best to make sure that we go in for the election and win, but unfortunately it couldn't come up.
Has this information reached the electorates who are supposed to go to the various centers to vote?
No, at least they should have informed us a day or two before today. But I don't know the reason why they sat down and we were here. People were trooping into the various polling stations to cast their vote, and unfortunately when they go there, they tend not to. We inform them that until further notice. So it's quite unfortunate. So now what we've planned in is that we have to get information van, do announcement, and inform them that, or tell them that we went to the EC and they are saying that they will give us a day, or they will give us the exact day as to when we are going to cast our vote.
That was the incumbent assembly member for the Asafo electoral area in Kumasi, Ernest Okai. Let's now come to the Greater Accra region, specifically the Ayawaso West constituency, where my colleague Fred Duho has been interacting with some electorates.
The challenge here is that we are late in setting up. For now, that is what we are doing, and we will soon start the election. Other areas have started already. We were given 7 a.m.
What really did they explain to you is the challenge from the EC point of view?
What happened is that we have restaurant A and B, and this morning we only came to realize that we have restaurant A and B stroke 2, which we need extra agents, and that is the challenge for the 2 aspirants.
To me, why are you leaving?
I've been here more than 1 hour, 30 minutes now, and they've not started. I went for night, and I have to go back to the house and sleep. But I can't be waiting for that long because it's supposed to be 8 o'clock, and it's past 8 o'clock. Assuming if I have somewhere to go or I'm going to work this morning, am I going to waste all my time here? No.
What excuse are they giving you?
They are telling me they are not ready. So I don't know why they are not ready. They're supposed to be done by now because the time given was 8 o'clock, not after 8. So I don't know why they are still there. So me, I'm going to sleep. No, I can't be here because I came here around 7 o'clock. Around 7 o'clock, I closed from work straightly to this place. I just went to change my dress so that I will vote before going to bed. Because I have election duty to go, but I didn't go. So because of the voting, so since they are wasting my time, then it's better I go and sleep.
That is one of the residents within the Okponglo enclave who is just not happy about the delay we see at the Okponglo restaurant, and she's going home saying she's not going to return again to exercise her rights.
Well, I think across the country, if you look at, the past attendance, normally 25, 30%, highest 35% across board, across the country for district elections. And it's I don't know, people just are not interested in it. But maybe today things will be higher. I mean, things will be much better. Maybe attendance, people would come and vote. But I think generally people are just not interested in the district assembly elections. Today is a working day as well. So people will look at, okay, do I go to work and earn money, or do I come and vote for who becomes my assembly member or unit committee member? But I think that people should take keen interest in who becomes their assembly member and their unit committee member, because that's where governance starts from.
Those were some voters in the Ayawaso West Wuogon constituency interacting with my colleague Fred Ho, who joins us live on the telephone. Now, Fred, these voices were from earlier in the morning. How different is the situation now?
How the situation has improved. We've been to about 13 polling centers. For instance,
Fred, please reposition yourself. We are getting some bad feedback here.
Is it better?
Yes, please. Please go ahead.
Yes, I was making a point that, for instance, we visited the Legon campus, which is University of Ghana. We visited at least 3 centers. In all these 3 centers, it was quite obvious that in excess of over 2,000 people on the room for 3 centers, less than 100 people came through to participate in the process. And then again, we went to another center, which is the Foundation Center, and that place to the turnout is very, very low. Largely, the entire process has been very, very smooth. Security situation is everywhere. You see policemen also present, enforcing law and order. We are currently at the Prefect Staff Basic School in Medina, and we are inching closer to Adenta. The situation hasn't been that different from what we witnessed from the Ayawaso West Wuogon constituency. So generally, the enthusiasm has been very, very low. People are just not interested in the district assembly elections. And when you interact with community folks, they tell you that, well, they've not really gained much in terms of development in their localities, and they do not see the need to participate in this process. Others are also making the argument that because it is not politically tainted, they believe that people are not really interested in the general situation. They want it to be that of NDC, NPP, CPP, like make it political so that they know that the candidates that are going to be on the ballot represent their interest politically, and that will keep up their interest in the process. Others also attribute this whole low turnout to the fact that it's a working day and most people are going to work. For instance, at the Okponglo in the morning, the lady who spoke to us made the point that she went for night duties only to come to the center as early as 7 a.m. The Electoral Commission staff were not ready. She waited for more than 1 hour, 30 minutes. She had no option than to go home, and she promises never to return to that center again or never to even take part in this whole process. So, in fact, people have mixed feeling about this election, and they are hoping that certain things or key decisions are made to keep up interest in this district assembly elections.
Grateful for your time, Fred, who is my colleague here at Citi FM and Citi Team. Now, the Director of Elections for the NDC, Edward Omane Boama, has been reacting to the EC's decision to reschedule the elections in some electoral areas in the Ashanti and Eastern regions. Now, in a post on his X, that is former Twitter, he writes that the Electoral Commission of Ghana must learn lessons from this avoidable and unpardonable mistake. 2024 elections cannot be business as usual. And those comment from the NDC's Director of Elections, Dr. Edward Omane Boama. Eno has more in relation to the ongoing elections.
The immediate past assemblyman for the Abofo electoral area, James Akogo, is urging relevant authorities to prioritize district-level assembly elections. He proposes that today, being a working day, should have been declared a holiday to ensure a higher voter turnout. James Akogo, who is seeking to oust incumbent Leroy Trabulsi, says he has, however, deployed effective strategies to win today's elections.
The duty of an assemblyman is dissemination of government policies at the local level. I've been there before. I was the immediate past assembly member, and looking at what I did for the community, and they are yelling to get me back. The truth is, I am very, very okay, and I know at the end of the day, victory will be mine, together with the community. Elections like this are very important, but when being placed on working days, people find it difficult because somebody, when you don't report at work at 6 o'clock, you may be fired. That is what is causing this. But then at the ground, people are coming in, and when you look at other areas, people are moving in, just like Aloboshi Cluster of School, Abofo Presby and all that, people are moving in. And this is what I'm praying for, that at the end of the day, they turn out to be great. I would like to advise my people to tell them the assembly concept is something that is very key in our developmental errand today, and a lot of people don't know. We need to be doing what I term sensitization. We need to engage the community, let them know what the duty of assembly member is, and our people should come out and then vote. When you vote, you give an assemblyman vote who lives in your community. You give him in a tax, and I believe he has to work with it.
That was the immediate past assemblyman for the Abofo electoral area, James Akogo.
Let's now take you to the Western region. Our correspondent there is Akwesi Eje Enim, and he joins us live via telephone. Good afternoon to you, Enim. Thank you for your time. How different is the situation in the Western region?
Well, I would say it isn't so much different from Western region, except for the fact that, in the Western region, we haven't had the issue of any postponement. But beside that, the issues of apathy towards exercise is very much obvious. There isn't much enthusiasm. We go to the polling station, they look very empty. And the issues of, technical hitches with the verification machine has also been, evident over here in some of the places that I visited. Although after a while they are able to get it done, but several people come and their fingerprint is not easily, identified or recognized by the machine. And so they have to wipe the person's hands over and over. Sometimes some of them are made to sit aside for a while before they are brought back. And so I made that my last place that I went was the Fijai electoral area, a place called Ahinsi police station, where about two old women, they had a lot of difficulty trying to verify their fingerprints, and so they were made to sit aside. At the time that I was leaving, they were still sitting. They had to come severally on several tries, and it wasn't able to identify their fingerprints. So the apathy is very much obvious on the ground. People are not really patronizing this whole this assembly election.
Thank you very much. Akwesi Eje Enim is our correspondent in the Western region. Now, the NCC has been speaking about today's elections.
Yes, the National Commission for Civic Education is encouraging all electorates to exercise their civic responsibility before close of polls today. Over the years, there has been low participation in the election of unit committee and assembly members of the various electoral areas. Chairperson of the NCCE, Kathleen Addy, speaking on the City Breakfast Show this morning, said participating in the district-level elections is a sure means of demanding accountability from elected officials.
I always say that
to feel the democracy, really at the local level, that's where you feel your first interaction with the system that is called democracy, because that's where you have somebody that you have elected who's working for you, who you can make demands from, right there, as opposed to, you elect somebody, the person's office in Accra, and then now you're looking for the person, you can't find the person. When they show up at the weekend, then you feel like, well, come and pay your dues because you're not here, But this assembly system is a way to push the development agenda, because a lot of the development eventually is going to happen community by community, and where more people are interested. Easy to mobilize around local government because you live there, compared to trying to mobilize around
constituency
or a region or a presidency or all of that. The interest you have is immediate. It's right there where you are. If you're going home and the street lights are off, you feel it immediately, as opposed to looking at the big picture of how many new street lights have been installed over the last 4 years, that kind of statistic, versus are my street lights working in my neighborhood? It's easier to connect to are my street lights working in my neighborhood rather than how many new street lights have been installed in the last 3 years or the last 4 years or something like that. More. And you can participate more at that level. It doesn't take too much.
Chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education, Kathleen Addy.
You're still listening to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa here with Eno Safo. Still to come, Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference calls on the general public to disregard news reports and social media posts suggesting the church's approval of same-sex marriage. We have details of that, plus other stories, coming up shortly. Please don't go away.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Are you ready to party? We'll lighten up the city on the 24th of December 2023 with the biggest all-white outdoor party, Situation 2023. It's time to unwind as the year draws to a close with a mix of delicious cocktails, good food, and the best DJs to give you back-to-back hits to keep you on your feet amidst some incredible performances by the Chin Chin Band and not your regular DJ Flingo. The God MC Manifest, the dynamic duo Keche, the crooner Kwabua, the rap doctor Ochiame Kwame, and the spirit-filled Perez Music. Get ready to let it all down and party your stresses away on Christmas Eve at the Situation All White Outdoor Party. Date 24th December 2023. Venue La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Time 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all white affair. Call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973 for your table bookings and seats. Make reservations now and come have an unrivaled experience with the most extraordinary party to end all parties this Christmas Eve. The Situation All White Party 2023 is powered by Citi TV and 97.3 Citi FM in collaboration with GCB mobile app, and it's proudly sponsored by Chic and Grill, Belle Eyes, Verve du Vernet, Cartel Events and Rentals, Ebony Condoms, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, and Series.
She dey give me pressure. Myself I dey wonder.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, a spokesperson for the New Force political movement, Shalim Abiusi, has been rearrested after a charge of obtaining a student permit with false declaration against her was withdrawn. The Belgian national was arraigned last week for allegedly presenting false documents of being a student of the Ghana Christian University College to obtain a residence permit. The case was expected to go into full trial today after she was granted bail to the tune of 20,000 cedis, but prosecutors from the Immigration Service led by ACI Adolf Abuaji Asensi revealed in court that they have instructions to withdraw the case. The accused was thus discharged, but moments after she stepped out of the courtroom, an immigration van picked her up. Her lawyers, led by Francis Xavier Susu, accused the Ghana Immigration Service of plotting to deport the accused person.
You came to the court and said that you have asked that the court, the charges against the person be dropped. The charges are dropped, the person is discharged. And then you banded the person as if he's a common criminal here. If you really want the person in your office, from there we'll come to the office. Last week when the court said we should be there 3 times, we were there every single day. So if you knew you were going to do this, what kind of disgrace is this? What kind of international disgrace is this? I mean, are we living in a democracy or we are living in a jungle? Are we living in a democracy or we are living in a jungle? Honestly, I'm sincerely disappointed. Because you, the immigration officers, came here and said that her permit had been revoked. If you have revoked a permit, where's the evidence of the revocation? You should have brought it to the court and show it to everybody. Then we would then say that, okay, you have revoked a permit, so you can take it. You didn't do that. Then you banded the person as if he's a common criminal and send her away like that. Why do you behave this way? Why do you behave this way? That is complete assault. It was completely uncalled for. It's completely uncalled for. And I think that, look, we must really watch it. Where we are going, I think that we are sending the wrong signal to the international community. After all, there are Ghanaians who are also in other countries, right? If your citizen is treated this way in another country, will you be happy? Do you know the number of Ghanaians who are abroad? Around? Do you know the number of Ghanaians in Belgium? If your citizens are treated this way, will you be happy?
Francis Xavier Soso is counsel for spokesperson for the New Force political movement, Shalom Abiusi. Meanwhile, the Ghana Immigration Service says a decision will be taken today on the next line of action.
The president of the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, Most Reverend Matthew Kwesi Gyamfi, is urging the public to disregard news reports and social media posts suggesting the church's approval of same-sex marriage. His comments are in response to social media posts claiming that the Pope has permitted Roman Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples. Speaking to City News, Most Reverend Gyamfi clarified that while the Pope acknowledges the possibility of blessing individuals engaged with the same sex, he does not endorse the blessings of same-sex marriages by Catholic priests. He emphasizes that the reports making rounds misinterpret the Pope's letter.
What you have seen or read is the Pope clarifying certain matters on what in the Catholic Church we call blessing. So in the Catholic Church, people meet their priest, they come to their priest, and they ask for blessings, which is another word for prayer, for anything. Sometimes they may tell you the sort of things they want their blessings for, or the prayers that they want to pray for them. And this is where the Pope is clarified, because people ask. So when a couple of the same sex come to you as a priest, are you allowed to bless them since they are living in sin? Because the church sees same-sex marriage as sinful. And that was the matter the Pope was clarifying. And the Pope said, yes, you can bless them as human beings. They have come to you as people needing blessing, needing prayer. So you can't deny them prayers or blessings the way you do not deny blessings or prayers to other people who come to you. If they have the courage to come to Father, bless us, pray for us. You are not blessing their union. You are not blessing their marriage, their so-called marriage. You are praying for grace for them. And in the process, you take advantage even to cancel them.
You hear the president of the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, Reverend Matthew Kwesi Gyamfi.
The Member of Parliament for Ningo Prampram, Samuel Nate George, says the explanation by the president refusing to assent to 3 bills presented to him depict a monarchical system. The president, in a letter yesterday, said the bills, the Criminal Offences Amendment Act 2023, the Criminal Offences Amendment Bill 2023, and the Ghana Armed Forces Amendment Bill 2023 has financial implications on the Consolidated Fund and a breach of Article 108 of the Constitution. In an interview with Citi News, the Ningo Prampram MP said the president must respect the authority of the various arms of government.
If the president has slept on the job for 7 years and a private member has brought the law, if it serves the purposes of the country, the president just wants to save face and say, I brought it. And the president goes further in his letter to actually do interpretation of the Constitution, which is the preserve of the Chief Justice and the judiciary and the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the only mandated body to interpret the law. So you have a president who is not just behaving like an executive president, but behaving like an imperialist president, a monarchy, where the king gives the law, interprets the law to suit himself, and passes judgment. That's not what the 1992 Constitution... I mean, we all hold our views. For example, I mean, if anybody is suggesting that once there is costs, a private member's bill, then we should scrap private member's bill. That cannot be the intentment of the framers of the... So you see that even when you look at the logic behind the president's arguments, they are very flimsy. And again, for example, if you say that because of cost and you're using incarceration as cost, There is no private member's bill on this floor that the Attorney General will not be invited to bring in a memo. The time of the Attorney General, the resources of the Attorney General's department, the officers who prepare the drafts for him, the paper on which it is printed. It is all financial cost. So then you effectively, if you go with the president's logic, you effectively say that Parliament cannot on its own enact any legislation. Then let's close down Parliament. Let's save the Ghanaian people their money and let the president run as executive and legislature.
Samuel Nate George is MP for Ningo Pram.
Human rights body Amnesty International Ghana has expressed disappointment in the decision by President Akufo-Addo to not assent to the Criminal Offences Amendment Bill and the Armed Forces Amendment Bill. The President, in a memo to the Speaker of Parliament explaining reasons why he cannot assent to the bill, says the manner in which the bills were prepared flouts Article 108 of the 1992 Constitution. Speaking to City News, Country Director of Amnesty International Ghana, Genevieve Partington, said although the President's concerns are valid, his decision not to assent to the bills is disappointing.
Amnesty International Ghana is quite disappointed with the memo sent from the President to the Speaker of Parliament, so showing reasons why he has not assented to the bills currently in question. He does raise valid arguments based on the Constitution, that is Article 108, if I'm specific. He also raises other issues, which it does mean that both bills will have some implications on the public funds. I think the problem we have as CSOs and as coalitions on death penalty and witchcraft accusations is that why is this coming up all of a sudden and now? I mean, the Attorney General's office and several other stakeholders were consulted during the whole process from beginning. We've been engaging with them from the beginning of placing the bills in Parliament. So our question is, why is it now coming up?
Genevieve Partington is Country Director of Amnesty International Ghana.
This is still the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. Still to come, we'll bring you a report on the booming tricycle business, popularly known as Pragia, at Domi here in the Greater Accra region. Please stay.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally.
Hi, my name is Stephen Appiah, the team coordinator of the Black Stars. I always like to keep hydrated naturally, every day, any day. S Natural Mineral Water does the trick.
Manufactured through a double purification process to produce pure, natural drinking water. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Bronya Brena so discounts are hold war. Media Miko Electroland Koto Appliances.
This Christmas, Electroland Ghana presents Double Bronya. Get a free gift when you purchase Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCAR products such as refrigerators, washing machines, television sets, gas cookers, and many more at any Electroland showroom nationwide. Electroland Ama Bronya, yeah, there. Ain't it to Trumika Kwajodie? This offer is available while stocks last. For further inquiries, call 0503 159 739. Terms and conditions apply.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Following the sharp drop in inflation in the month of November 2023, pressure is mounting on the Bank of Ghana to reduce the monetary policy rate. This comes as the high cost of lending in the country is negatively impacting business operations. In an interview with Citi News, President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obin, emphasized the urgency for the central bank to revise its policy rate downwards.
have been propagating that the monetary policy rate should come down so that the cost of borrowing will also be affected positively. And so, in this regard, once the inflation have dropped significantly, I think the onus lies on the Bank of Ghana to also reduce the monetary policy rate. Because I've said it so many times that the inflation as we are experiencing is as a result of cost of doing business. And then the cost of borrowing is also part of the cost of doing business because it's extremely high. So it will serve our own interest and the interest of the nation to bring down further the inflation rate if the cost of borrowing is also reduced. Everything stands to reason for the monetary policy rate to be reduced to affect the commercial lending rate.
That was the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obin.
President Akufo-Addo has given Ghana's firm commitment to the production of COVID-19, malaria, and tuberculosis vaccines in Africa. He says Ghana will collaborate with other countries on the continent to ensure that vaccines produced are of good quality. Speaking at the commissioning of BioNTech manufacturing plant in Kigali, Rwanda, Nana Akufo-Addo said the production will reduce Africa's dependency on the West for vaccine aid in times of crisis.
For us in Ghana, the Pan-African Vaccine Manufacturing Initiative project fits perfectly with our roadmap for domestic vaccine development and manufacturing. Ghana is playing her role to this end, and I assure you once again of our determination to make the project work successfully. Ghana's research institutions are undergoing capacity building to be ready for the discovery and development of vaccines and other biologicals. And a consortium of Ghanaian pharmaceutical companies, led by Dex Vaccines Limited, is working closely with BioNTech Rwanda, BioNTech Germany, and Kenap to fill, finish, and package the drug product in Ghana from the plant here in Rwanda. In October this year, at the Global Gateway Forum in Brussels, Ghana received some 32 million euros from the European Union to help realize our goal of being a hub for vaccine manufacturing.
President Akufo-Addo there.
The Progressive People's Party, PPP, has opened nominations for its parliamentary aspirants who seek to represent the party in the 2024 general elections. According to the party, interested party members are to contact their regional chairpersons for the forms to contest in the elections. National Secretary of PPP, Remy Pakwesi Edmondson, says nominations will soon be opened for presidential aspirants.
Yesterday, we formally opened nominations for our parliamentary primaries, and we've sent notice to all our members who are interested in contesting the ticket of the Progressive People's Party for the upcoming parliamentary elections on December 7th, 2024. So all the members interested are to just contact their regional chairpersons for the appropriate nomination forms and then the procedure for picking forms and then filing their nominations. After which we shall then indicate when the elections will be held. We started having our members picking. Some actually had already started their activities last year. So it's just that we hadn't formally opened nominations for them to come and file. So yes, some of those have started coming forward. The elections will take place in February, but the nominations will end 31st of January. So once that ends, yes, then in the course of the year, we'll let them know when the election will take place in February. And then right after that, we'll also open nominations for the presidential nominations as well.
The party also encouraged Ghanaians to participate in the ongoing district-level elections.
It's not too late. Today is the district assembly elections, and I'm going to urge all Ghanaians to go out there and then vote for their assembly members, their unit committee members, because these are the people who are really the ones who drive the developmental agenda of our communities. So it's very important that all Ghanaians get involved in this very important exercise.
That was the National Secretary of the Progressive People's Party, Remy Pakwesi Edmondson.
In the lively neighborhoods of Dome, where life moves to the rhythm of diverse transportation options, a distinctive vehicle has not only carved a niche, but has become synonymous with mobility. The tricycle, affectionately known as Pragya, has emerged as a pivotal force in the daily commute for residents of Dome. In this special report by City News' Samuel Akom and read by Hawa Idrisu Mustafa, we delve into the heart of Dome's tricycle boom.
Amidst the ongoing regulatory debate surrounding its commercial usage, the tricycle business stands tall as one of Dome's thriving enterprises. Each day, a fleet of tricycles weaves through intricate pathways, providing not just a means of travel, but a livelihood for many in the youth demographic. Operators reflecting on the evolution of this business share insights into its profitability and socio-economic impact.
It's a nice business. Because previously, sometimes when I came here, I can make like, let's say, 400 cedis a day. But because we are many now you can't get it in that way. Maybe sometimes 2.5, or maybe when you get it like, let's say 2.5, or let's say 300. Yeah.
I was not working at a day house, nothing. So I can say because of the Pragya, I have where to sleep and I save money. If not because of the Pragya, I don't know where I am now. I can be an robber or, but because of the Pragya, I save money, I eat, and I get place to sleep. So this Pragya job, as it came to Dome here, it helped us very much. So they have to do things that will help us more.
Beyond the economic narrative, the tricycle has woven itself into the fabric of the community, offering passengers an affordable, swift, and deftly navigated alternative to traditional transport.
Passengers are saying that for the tricycles, they do not complain when they put their things in a tricycle. And as a result of that, we can see something on top of the tricycle where they keep their luggage, which they say it is safe because they kind of tie and all of that, and it is able to take them to where they are going. Some passengers have also said that it is, first of all, convenient. They are able to maneuver their way through the traffic. And secondly, it is cost effective.
While tricycle operators celebrated this success, they voiced their concerns, notably the financial barrier posed by acquiring a driver's license and a designated station to load passengers, appealing to authorities for resolution.
Even police, they can come and stand here because of Pragya drivers. It's not like they came to do things. No, they came.
So you mean there is some sort of intimidation from the police?
Yeah.
How do you want the authorities to come in to help? What do you want the authorities to do to help you?
Oh, I want them to help us. It's true that we don't have lances, but we can't just stand and do lances. We have to work, and gather the money and do lances. So we are begging the government or anyone who is available to help us that, In
an interview with the leader of the tricycle operators, we uncovered the challenges faced in addressing the needs of their members, with bureaucratic hurdles standing as formidable barriers.
If you are chairman, Accra here, the land is not, you can't just get the land like that. Even when you go to the forest, before you get the land, you have to see some people. And the Accra here to the land, we stick an AMA ticket about 2. It's the AMA who can give you the place. You can't use your power as a chairman to get land Accra here. Even one table, if you want to put it somewhere here, they can't allow you for you to put a table. How much more station? So the AMA, we talk to them, always they say they are working on it. Up to now, they are still working on it.
However, a counterpoint emerges as taxi drivers, feeling the tremors of change, accuse tricycle operators of encroaching on their territory, reshaping the dynamics of the local transport ecosystem. Amidst the debate and rivalries, some residents remain steadfast in their preference for the conventional taxi, emphasizing it as the epitome of safety in the tumultuous sea of commuting options.
Taxi is better and safer than Pragya. The way we drive on our roads, you realize that taxi is better and safer than Pragya.
So have you boarded a tricycle before?
Not here. I've boarded one, but not here.
But how was the experience? You didn't like it at all?
Actually, if I had any other option, I would have gone in for that. There was no option, so I have to go in for the Pragya.
I feel it's safe, despite the fact that it's more expensive. I'll always choose a taxi over the tricycle.
Have you ever sat in a tricycle?
I have.
How was the experience? Did you enjoy it?
I didn't like it. And then it was around Abokobi, and then you know that road is very bad, so I didn't like it. I wasn't getting a taxi nor a trusky. That's why I picked the tricycle. Yeah. So I had no other option.
That report on Pragya transportation in Dome was filed by Samuel Akom and read by Hawa Idrisu Mustafa.
The Association of Students with Disability at the University of Education, Winneba, is appealing to the Scholarship Secretariat to settle outstanding fees of its members under the scholarship scheme. Over 200 students, according to the association, risk a possible deferment of their courses due to the unsettled arrears of the previous year. Speaking to Citi News, President of the association, Aminu Mahama, indicated that several efforts to get relevant authorities to address their plight have been unsuccessful.
They up to now, they have not paid us, and most of the students here, they will pay, and we couldn't register our courses. So it is gradually eating us up in our courses, and we are entering into a new year like this. It's going to cause a lot of problem, because most of us will begin to expect that they would pay for this year again. So some may not pay their fees, and this is a challenge for us. So whenever we call them, they tell us some stories that we do not even understand, that there's no money. Government has not disbursed any money to them. But they paid University of Ghana their tuition, that is the fees for this year. And they left our school out and also left University of Cape Coast. We actually wrote a letter to them that was last month, and they received the letter, but they didn't say anything concerning that letter.
Aminu Mahama is the president for the Association of Students with Disability at the University of Education, Winneba.
The fourth edition of the Situation Outdoor Party organized by Citi TV and Citi FM comes off this Sunday at the La Palme Royal Beach Hotel, and the team here at Citi FM and Citi TV are geared up to receive patrons. The head of events and partnership at Citi TV and Citi FM, Fremed Dunyame, has promised patrons a night of absolute fun.
All is set. I believe at this point everybody has their all-white outfit. All the roads are leading to La Palme Royal Beach Hotel on the 24th. That's on Sunday. We have just about 5 days more to go. And all is set. I mean, we are just waiting for 24th and then 8 p.m. and then they say start work. And then all the action will be on. But all is sorted out. The tables are really moving so fast, especially the platinum package. And so all who have not really made payment, at this point, we are not accepting any more bookings. So if you've booked already, please follow it up with your payment, because that's the only thing that will really assure you of your participation at the 2023 edition of Situation. So as it stands now, for those who have made their payment, they are only waiting for 24th and then just come to La Palme. I mean, it's really going to be an exciting night. It's going to be full of fun. We are meeting like-minded people who believe in what we all believe in. So this is 2023 has really been a very long year. And by the grace of God, this is where we are. So if we are alive, we have every reason to come together to make merry, to give thanks to God, and really usher in 2024 in a very grand style.
Although they say I don't pay me, when I'm near ya, oh mommy, I'm right. Although they say I don't pay me, it's when I'm in a wedding from.
And then make the final payment. And it's on Sunday, 24th of December, La Palme Royal Beach Hotel. I can't wait to see your chime, Kwame Keche, where the party day. The party is at La Palme on Sunday. Please Please, if you have booked your table, please do the needful and then pay your monies. Who are the sponsors for the situation anyway?
Situation All White Party 2023 is powered by Citi TV and 97.3 Citi FM in collaboration with GCB mobile app, and it's proudly sponsored by Chick and Grill, Bell Ice, Verve Duvernay, Cartel Events and Rentals, Ebony Condoms, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, and Series.
Well, that'll be all for today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka, Accra. Please log on to citinewsroom.com for more stories. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa, and I was here with
Eno Safo.
Netele Neti Ajaho is up next with the afternoon's edition of Citi Business News. Thank you for doing the listening.
Citi 97.3.